What is going on, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm your grateful host, Cam Williamson, back with a part 2 of yesterday. Before we get into today's, I want to be super quick for day 12 summary part 2. The guy I did not get to talk about, the worst expert witness, possibly the worst witness to ever take the stand for anyone ever. Johnny Depp calls this social media analyzer as an expert witness to the stand, where he is going to, in his words, prove how Johnny was damaged on a societal image standpoint. Okay, this guy claims he has all these certifications and data analysis, expertise and whatever, and this fucking guy states his whole case on Google Trends. Okay. I'm frustrated as a YouTube creator. I'm frustrated as someone who is hoping to see Johnny Depp prevail in this case, obviously at this point, as everything I'm seeing. And I'm frustrated because this guy stood on the stand acting like he had valid, credible information to show that Johnny Depp's career had been damaged. And then he comes up with these pathetic numbers with this elementary level graph of a line and point graph from like a span of over, 10 years? Guys, Google Trends barely came out of its beta phase like within the last year or so. So for this guy to claim he's a Google Trends expert is crazy. Now, Google Trends may have been around for a while, but guys, just inside baseball here, for any of your favorite content creators, we all use Google Trends like you guys use social media. The way people scroll social media to see like what they think is going on is the way that people like me use Google Trends, because we want to constantly see what the world is talking about. It's good in real time. They do keep historical facts, but it's very different than judging a situation in a person and their image in real time based off Google Trends. Yes, you can go back and pull some historical data. They even proved during the case some of that data is highly flawed because some news sources are more or less credible than other ones. We talked to that witness who is a media image professional. That's kind of what he did, was make brand deals. And a lot of these Hollywood executives, they have very loosey-goosey job descriptions as to what they do. It's, I hook up people and images and brands with deals, and I make sure that everything goes well, and I take a crap ton of money for it. And yes, I can stand here and attest to the fact that a domestic violence claim would make Johnny Depp look very bad in the eyes of Hollywood. Well, no shit. So this guy, not being a professional in anything, which I'm very familiar with because I get emails all the time from people claiming, hey, your content is good, but your SEO could be better. Guess what? You found me because my SEO is good. So, with being an expert on how to reach the masses, thanks for, but no thanks on all that. This guy stood up there and used a Q score, which is a not credible, not credentialed, public score for celebrities that's used to say how they're currently being seen positively and negatively. And this guy shows that Johnny Depp's image was hurt like 2 or 3 points. Now, sure, it shows that there was damage done, but it doesn't show the entirety of what something would look like, right? What's someone's image and the word of mouth that's actually happening throughout the streets, not what people are searching on Google. This is important. Why he's such a terrible expert witness. What people are searching for doesn't matter. What people are talking about and discussing and being shared and what's being fed to them on their social media. Amber Heard's team went on a full thing of how plenty of people have tried to shit on Johnny Depp. Some people just do it because they want to do it. And again, if you've ever been in the YouTube comment section, that's pretty common. People like to do that. They just say things to feel better about themselves. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's credible. So this guy's saying, well, not that many people were searching him at this time, and then they were searching him here. It's like they didn't even talk about, did he have a movie release at this time? Was he in the low point of his, career? Not really working that much, taking some time off. All they talked about was Google searches in relation to when different articles, some credible, some not, came out. Terrible. And it showed that nothing hurt Johnny Depp. Yeah, people searched for him less, but they kind of weren't really searching for him anyway for a while. It's like he's not really that guy. He's not an internet guy. Nobody would go online and search for Johnny Depp. He doesn't use it that much. You're going to hear about him when you hear about him. That's by design of him. Until all this shit happened, you didn't know about Johnny Depp as a person, really. He had the bad boy mystique mystery thing about him. So again, calling a Google Trends expert witness, maybe they just needed a bad witness, just so they weren't clearly knocking this thing out of the park. But I actually got a little concerned. The way this guy was talking and the way Rottenborn was twisting his words was scary, because it was like, you're saying a lot of stuff that you're not saying, and you clearly don't have any expert ability in communication, and I don't think you have the ability to walk yourself out of what you've just walked into, which is you're saying things that are very definitive about very flawed data, if we could say that safely, right? So we had that. We had the media expert that was talking about different relationships and how brands and how the public see different celebrities. Both of these people, they don't know Johnny Depp. So yes, his side called them, but he doesn't know them. They've never worked for him, nothing like that. This guy had a lot better stuff to say, and he was much better dealing with Rottenborn. He did not let Rottenborn interject his own narrative. I am getting extremely irritated by watching Rottenborn and Elaine put words in people's mouths, and then it's clearly trying to do that because they go, well, you did this, you said this, correct? And they go, no. And he goes, next question. It's like, well, wait, a lawyer should not be allowed to lie, to attempt to put words in your mouth only so the narrative can be heard by the jury and possibly processed as important. That's manipulation and lying. That's what your fucking client is here for. Stop putting words into the witness's mouth. Well, you said that Johnny Depp was an evil son of a bitch and he deserves to, lose everything, didn't you? No? Okay, next question. Huh? And they keep trying to impeach these witnesses based off testimony that came in from the UK trial. They did that a lot with with the media expert witness, and was like, well, technically this UK trial, they're not even supposed to be bringing that shit up. They were told there was some preliminary agreement that the UK trial result was off base, but for some reason they were allowed to talk about some of the details. Amber Heard wasn't a defendant in that. She was a witness in that. The whole thing is weird. That whole thing is weird, but today we're about to go live. That's what we missed. We ended off yesterday talking to the nurse that was assigned to Amber Heard. She was one of the only ones that had talked about... Oh, let me make a correction. The security guard yesterday's name was Travis McGivern. It wasn't Steve with a K. I don't know where the hell I got that. It's funny how the brain works. But yeah, Travis McGivern was the security guard that we talked to with the Santa beard that had talked about Johnny getting hit with a Red Bull can and then punched. And then the nurse was starting to get into some of Amber Heard's injuries that she saw. And we were starting to talk about one specific picture where Amber Heard had a little bit of redness and swelling around the eye. We don't know when that picture is from. Amber Heard's team has done a very good job at hiding dates and times and metadata on photos, and they try to enter them in. Even if Johnny didn't do it, they'll just be like, well, is this a picture of Amber? Well, yeah, that's a picture of Amber. Okay, thanks. It's like, wait, we didn't say Johnny did that. We don't know when that happened. So there's a lot of things being implied and trying to be pushed into narratives that don't exist. So don't fall for it. Guys, we're live in court today. I will see you this afternoon for day 13 midday summary. Love you guys.